Hi, I'm Steve Clark, Mayor of the City of Orillia, and with your help, I'm running for re-election of the Sunshine City. I've loved this community for a long time, long since before coming mayor. And what's not to like? There's something about Orillia. We're on two beautiful lakes. We have a waterfront, the envy of many communities, a wonderful trail system that links us with our neighbors and beyond that, and quite frankly, across Canada. We have a heritage downtown, our iconic opera house, our state-of-the-art library, in which I sit today, our award-winning regional hospital and Soldiers Memorial, Georgian College, Lakehead University, OPP General Headquarters. We have lots to be proud of, and we have a wonderful proximity to the GTA. But there are also a number of things that we need to work on. We have a high incidence of mental health issues. We have a low inventory of affordable housing. We have a relatively low attendance rate at post-secondary institutions. These are some of the things that we need to tackle. One of the reasons I'm running, of course, is to tackle those issues. The other reason is that we've got a lot of things on the go at the moment, and I think they need to be brought to a successful conclusion. Our beautiful, what will soon be our beautiful community center on West Street. We'll have that'll be open in the first quarter of 2019, and it's more than just 4 square walls and a pool and a gym. It truly is a community center. When you walk in, you'll feel like you're sitting in the social heart of Orillia. And not only are we repurposing this brownfield and turning it into a wonderful productive space in terms of a rec center, but we're taking the rest of the 36 acres and turning that into a vibrant, animated space in the heart of the city as well. We have also started another major project that you may be aware of. We've purchased the Front Street Mall, or the Metro Store Mall, and the idea is to take our beautiful waterfront and link it with our beautiful downtown with a proper link. Right now, if you stand on the waterfront, turn around and look towards the downtown, you see this very utilitarian building, utilitarian-looking building, and the idea is to create that link. And that's a comprehensive project that will take place over the next few years. So with your help, I would love to do this for another 4 years. I'm very proud of the Sunshine City and all that we've done and all that we can be together. Thank you.
Better call Gord, 705-326-7817, or get me at my email, gordfororillia@gmail.com. Logical, transparent, and trustworthy. That's what I am. My name's Gord Launchbury, and I'm running for your mayor in the City of Orillia. You deserve a mayor who is logical, transparent, and trustworthy. You deserve a mayor who is there for you, the people of Orillia. During my 49 years of marriage and living in Orillia, I've learned many things. We've had the blessing of raising 3 children and the pleasure of welcoming 2 grandchildren. Through my business studies at Georgian College, I've received a certificate in management and also gained my professional manager status through the Canadian Institute of Management. With my theological studies at Wycliffe College at the University of Toronto, I've gained a greater appreciation of humanity's social justice needs. Through my 43 years of experience at Orillia's Dore Oliver Long and F.L. Smith's Minerals, I've learned the importance of being logical, transparent, and trustworthy. Logical decisions will reduce wasted taxpayer dollars. I will make rational, informed, fact-based decisions to save you and your family money. My sound reasoning and fact-based judgment will provide City Council with a logical framework to make responsible decisions. Transparent decisions will keep you, the citizens of Orillia, informed and engaged in your government. I will make sure that our City Council builds consensus decisions in a more open and transparent approach. Citizens of Orillia are sick and tired of the closed-door meetings and the backroom deals and the old guard running things. We need to take a new stand and show the old guard that it's time to listen to everyone's needs. Trustworthy actions can be relied upon. Trustworthy decisions guard the interests of you, the citizens of Orillia, and trustworthy is what I am. You can trust me to protect and invest in our resources and not sell them off. I will exercise fiscal responsibility and make sure the basics are looked after. You can trust I will represent you, the people of Orillia. You can trust me, Gord Launchbury, and I trust you will make the logical decision on October the 22nd. Elect me, Gord, your mayor. Thank you kindly.
Hello, my name's Ken Abbott. I'm running for Ward 1 Councillor in this great city of Orillia. I moved here back in 1989 and I worked in the restaurant business. In 2006 I started my own company and now I employ 6 full-time local Orillia people. Orillia is a great place to grow a family, to work, but there's some concerns that we have. I'm not a politician. I'm just a person that owns a business, pays taxes. So my concerns, and a lot of people that I've been talking to, is the lack of snow removal that's happening in the city. The lack of sidewalk plows, the lack of bus shelters that aren't getting plowed out in the winter, road conditions, taxes that are being wasted on things that we shouldn't have. We all have wants and we all have needs. But if the needs are met, the wants will come, and they'll come faster. So as I said, my name's Ken Abbott. I'm running for Ward 1 for this great town of Orillia, and hopefully I have your vote. Thank you.
Hello, my name is David Campbell, and I am your councillor candidate for Ward 1 here in Orillia. I was born and raised here in Orillia. I live in Ward 1 with my wife Nancy and have for over 20 years. Our daughter Emily is now at the University of Guelph. For many years I was in the automotive business. I worked at Red Smith Motors, Orillia Dodge, and Thor Motors. While working, I went to school and earned my Microsoft certifications. I then became co-owner of Northern Business Equipment. For the past 9 years, I've worked as the IT technician for the Township of Severn. Through that position, I've learned the ins and outs of municipal government and have fine-tuned my problem-solving skills. In 2014, I joined Orillia's Active Transportation Committee and became chair. Working together, the committee has been behind the installation of bicycle repair stations at Couchiching and Tudhope Parks at no cost to Orillia taxpayers. And in 2017, we held the first ever Orillia Bike Day at Tudhope Park. We continue to work with the Mariposa Folk Festival as well. Just this year, Orillia Council adopted a pedestrian charter that had been created and presented by the committee. I'm also the vice president of the Orillia Winter Carnival. Together with a small dedicated group of volunteers, we have held 2 of the most financially successful years in the carnival's history. In order to further my knowledge of municipal government, I took a course through the Association of Municipal Clerks and Treasurers of Ontario. The course covered not only local government, but the relationship between it, provincial and federal governments. I'm very proud to say that I completed the course on the honor roll. Now that you know a little bit about me, let me tell you where I stand on the issues. In my view, the most challenging issue that new council will face is financial. It will be extremely difficult to balance the completion of projects underway while minimizing tax increases. The new recreation center will be opening in 2019 and will be costly to operate. Also in 2019, road reconstruction on Front Street will begin. The city will also be facing the financial impact of wastewater upgrades, and as we experienced this past winter, snow removal improvements are definitely required. Considering these many costs, we will need a council that can be progressive while also being fiscally responsible. Some savings could be realized by city staff simply by asking themselves when they are spending our money, if I were paying for this out of my own pocket, would I still want it? It is essential that the public be informed and included in the decision-making process. Now, I realize there are times when closed session meetings are a legal requirement. However, when council is considering a closed session meeting, the mindset should be, do we have to, not can we? In closing, I want to say that I've worked very hard over the last 4 years to ensure that I am ready for the challenge of being your Ward 1 councillor. So on October 22nd, vote David Campbell. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Ted Eamon, and I'm running for Councillor Ward 1, City of Orillia. I was born and raised in Toronto, moved to Orillia in 1979, and with my wife Julia Bailey have lived in Ward 1 for 30 years. It's been an honor to serve as the Ward 1 councillor for this past 4 years. When I ran for office in 2014, I made two promises. One was to help return decorum and civility to council deliberations, and I believe that my council colleagues and I have achieved that goal. Two was to encourage the council to make decisions that would have long-lasting positive impact on our city. And towards that second goal, we made three significant decisions. One is the construction of our new aquatic gymnasium and recreation facility on West Street South. Two is the redevelopment of our downtown waterfront, including the purchase of the Metro Plaza, which when combined with the vacant railway lands and the infrastructure that is planned over the next 5 years will be a catalyst for economic growth in that area, which is already happening with the sale of the former scrapyards. The third decision was the sale of our electric utility to Hydro One, and setting up of a $35 million reserve fund that will generate interest payments that we can use for capital development for the years to come. Hydro One is also guaranteeing distribution rates for the next 10 years plus, building $100 million worth of facilities in West Orillia that will have major direct and indirect employment benefits for our citizens. These were transformative decisions, but have yet to come to fruition. And I want to ensure that what we started is finished, and I believe the best way for me to do that is to stand for re-election. But the next 4 years is not just about completing what we've started. There are issues that need to be addressed. Citizen demand for improved day-to-day operating improvements in snow clearing and road and sidewalk maintenance will require us to keep the tax increases at or near the rate of inflation. And our city is running out of employment lands, and we need to have boundary adjustments that will create land for the future growth and expansion of Orillia. My name is Ted Eamon, and I ask for your vote on October 22nd as Ward 1 Councillor in the City of Orillia.
Hi, my name is Ralph Zapola, and I'm a councillor in Ward 2. I've been a councillor for a long time. Actually, I started being a councillor in 1977, and one of my goals then was to make sure that the rec centre in Orillia had a swimming pool, an arena, and facilities for young people to be able to train. That's being accomplished right now at West Street South in Orillia. This council has worked really hard to make things happen. Our community is growing. We're trying to refurbish the waterfront to create a live-work situation down at the waterfront. So I'm hoping to run one more term to make sure that everything gets completed, and I would really like your support. But one of the things that's really, really important, I love Orillia and I work for the community. I have no personal interest in this whatsoever, and I think the main purpose is to make sure that we get jobs back into our community. Our community has suffered from, as most of you know, we had probably one of the best employment factor through our factories here in Orillia, and unfortunately that's gone away. So we have to concentrate on high-tech jobs. So basically with what we've done with the Bell telephone and their kiosks that are put in around town, we'll be able to provide a smart city concept which will enhance our communications for business and small factories and employment factor within our community. I'm hoping that the waterfront will be put together within the next couple of years so that we can have a conference center that will employ somewhere over 100 people and create employment for the middle class and not just residential down there. So we want to make it a people place, and I'm working towards that. But the most accomplished thing that I would want to finish is the rec center to make sure that our youth, it's affordable for our seniors and so on. So our downtown revitalization has to be improved. We're working on that, and hopefully we'll be able to create a really nice environment for tourism in this community. Tourism is our driving force, our economic force within our community, and I hope that the new council will be able to push economic development through tourism, tourism objectives, tourism sites that we can do. We have some beautiful lakes, Lake Coochie and Lake Simcoe, and On that note, what I will do is work hard in order to create a working environment and a living environment that will be satisfactory to all the residents in the City of Orillia. Please support me.
My name is Harold Dugal. I'm running for City Council. I wanted to get these people to understand to wheelchair accessible. I'm on that committee. Push button doors, ramps, every door, and we need to get the medical center here in Orillia. Just cut down half of the population to the emergency. And we have issues and problems in this city. The sidewalks, we need to be fixed. And learning snow movers, we need that. These parked cars where the snow is like this. You have to step over top of them. And learning that wheelchairs can't go anywhere. You can't get into the sidewalk is so short, as bumpy as ice. We can learn to get them clean all times. We should be doing that, not to starve people. We need to learn, scrape that right down to the pavement, or whatever. These blocks, lock-in blocks, we need to look at them. Some of them are like this. We need to take them up and flatten something underneath to keep that level for the wheelchairs. Walkers too. We had a problem with ramps and all the coffee shops, Tim Hortons. We have to learn. So this is vote for me. Thank you. Have a nice day.
My name is Rob Klustra, and I am seeking re-election in Ward 2 in the City of Orillia. Some may ask, why am I running for re-election? I'm a voice that echoes your concerns, that matters, and that cares. I want to further demonstrate that a proactive, professional, and team-focused approach can be attained at City Council. I have enjoyed the last 4 years and am immensely proud of the many accomplishments. First, transit. We expanded our bus routes to 6 and bought 3 new buses. We've implemented the Pink Street app to allow riders to see in real time where the buses are. We bought a new Owls bus that will be delivered early 2019. Council is actively seeking a location to establish a new transit terminal in the city core, which I am very interested in making a reality sooner than later. Under the mandate of Public Works, there's much planning and implementation needed to see our roads and sidewalk cleared better. This is a contentious subject due to the confines of a union, but you have my word, I will advocate for snow removal every day and night. Sidewalks should be cleared at the same rate as roads for the safety of us all. Bus shelter clearing is also my mandate for this year as well. The union contract for workers was last negotiated in 2016, so it's not as easy as one might think to change the way the city removes snow. Recreation. The city will finally get a new multi-use recreation center that will house a pool, leisure pool, track, fitness center, and gymnasiums. Although it is expensive, it will prove well to be worth the wait for all ages. In Ward 2, we've successfully resurfaced the basketball courts and added brand new pickleball courts in Homewood Park. We are pleased about the new builds in the city that include washrooms for Tauto Park, new shop and offices and scale house for the waste diversion site, and we welcome the new Port of Orillia Waterfront Center after an untimely fire. I am happy to report we as the City Council have worked closely with staff on completing the Stormwater Management Master Plan, implementation of the Downtown Community Improvement Plan, which launched in 2017. This council has successfully sold business lands in the Horn Business Park and look forward to a new OPP detachment. Westridge is booming. Growth in retail and the addition of Costco has seen more growth in residential homes. Let me share my vision for the next 4 years with you briefly. I am a team player. I faithfully attend my committee and council duties and appointments. I want to see a few things come to council and get a green light. First, a transit hub. Second, building a permanent homeless shelter for everyone. Thirdly, supporting recreation and protect all ice surfaces, and we need to rethink about Kitchener Park to bring sports tourism to the City of Orillia. I want to keep Orillia its unique qualities and sense of community, and it takes someone with vision, dedication, and ability to work well with everyone to lead Orillia to sound management and prosperity. Please re-elect me, Rob Kluscher, for Ward 2 on October 22nd.
Hello, Sunshine City. Greetings, Ward 2 neighbors of mine. My name is Swayu. I'm a father married with 2 boys. I've lived in Orillia for a little over 15 years now. An immigrant, I come out of an upbringing that said to treat others as you'd like to be treated, that you work hard if you want to make it in life, and to help when needed. Growing up under apartheid South Africa, my parents worked menial jobs that paid very little money. I know the pain of living paycheck to paycheck. I've lived without electricity. I've lived under candlelight. In fact, I didn't even have much when I arrived here in Canada. I had to work my way up from the very bottom. I believe it is now time for me to give back to you, Orillia, a community that took me in and gave me a chance. It truly is an honor to have been asked to step up as your representative. I am ready to serve. I bring with me great experience in terms of advocating for those I represent. That's what I know, that's what I do best. It truly is an honor that I have been given this chance. I've spoken with many people so far, and I'm hearing you. Senior citizens I've talked to are disappointed. For example, they can't believe how City Council is trying to strike deals with Hydro One. Many oppose the selling of Orillia Power, and rightly so. How much more can our community lose to big companies with CEOs making millions a year? We've lost the Orillia Packet and Times, we've lost jobs, we've lost so much more. And now Orillia Power? What about lengthy discussions with the community before striking deals, and not after the fact? Please do not let the establishment sell you snake oil. Business owners I speak to are also feeling forgotten. People are quite rightly so upset that some councillors gladly voted for new carpets and flooring installations at City Hall costing thousands of dollars that come out of you taxpayers. Yet they won't vote for the removal of snow at bus stops around the cities and shelters. The establishment get to walk like royalty at City Hall without concern for safety on those very carpets they installed. Yet you have to risk walking and standing on icy grounds at bus stations and bus stops or salty, unsalted sidewalks. Imagine the elderly, someone with a child on a stroller, under such conditions. Friends and neighbors, it's time to put a stop to such mismanagement of tax dollar monies. Taxpayers cannot be an afterthought. Please send me to council table as your representative, your voice, and Ward 2 councillor. Thank you very much.
Hi folks, my name's Mason Ainsworth, and I'm your Orillia City Councillor here in Ward 3. I'm here to listen to you, to voice your ideas, to voice your concerns, and to always be approachable, accountable, and hardworking. These are 3 action words that describe me as a person and what I brought to the table over the last 4 years in Orillia. We'll start off with approachable. Approachable seems like a simple word, but it really has a lot more meaning to it. It means that you can come up to me and talk to me at the farmer's market, when I'm out at the grocery store, walking down the street, or out with family. Approachable is being able to call me and have me actually answer the phone. It's being able to email me and have me email you back. And just in case you're thinking, this guy's talking about being approachable, but he's not putting out his personal information. Well, my phone number is 705-826-4967, and I encourage you to phone me. If you don't phone and you like to email, my email is ainsworthinaction@gmail.com, and you can email me with your questions, concerns, or ideas. Or you can come up to me on the street or when we're outdoor knocking. I'm always willing to be approachable and to be able to listen to you, because you're who I work for. Accountability. Accountability seems pretty simple, but really it's not. It's about the hard facts, and it's about being able to justify your actions. The reality is sometimes I might be voting on something that you like, or it might be something that you don't like. But at least I'm going to sit down with you and I'm going to say, hey, this is the reasoning behind why I voted for this, or the reasoning by why I voted against it. And then I'm going to lay out the facts. I'm not just going to throw my hand up in the air and not know anything about it. I'm going to say, this is the reason why I'm doing it, and this is how it's going to help you and the rest of the citizens in Ward 3. I'm going to be hardworking. And people might say, oh, city council is just going to a whole bunch of events in the farmers market. Well, the reality is it's not. It's endless phone calls, endless reading, endless emails, and I love it all. I'm always here for you, answering your issues and concerns. And the reality is sometimes I might not be able to help you. But at least I'm going to say, hey, I can't help you on this one, but maybe here's a good direction to go in. And I'm going to take the time to actually have that discussion with you, to take the time to show up at your house, to look at your broken sidewalk, to look at something leaking down the road, giving you the issues. And I'm going to be there for you over the next 4 years and into the future, and I'm going to continue to be approachable and accountable and hardworking. So hopefully I can count on your family's support and go for another 4 years as your city councilor in Ward 3. And really appreciate you taking the time to reach out, and feel free to reach out in the future.
Hello, Orillia. It's an honor to be interviewed by Rogers TV. For those who don't know me, my name's Jay Follis, and I'm running for Ward 3. One question I've been asked is why I'm running. And I really like to tell people I'm a proud Orillian. And I really believe there's a special kindness that exists in our community. I love being downtown and running into a friend or being surprised by the kindness of strangers. I believe we have an opportunity to show that kindness in our politics. A bit about me: I teach at Georgian. I volunteer at Helping Hands and at the soup kitchen. I've also spent a good portion of my life growing up here. I went to Park Street, and I also was a soprano singer at the youth choir at St. Paul's. Starting out here, I moved on, and I also went on to do my undergraduate at the University of Ottawa, and I did my master's at the University of Toronto in political science. That led to opportunities as a freelance writer. I wrote for 30 newspapers across Canada, including the Toronto Star. I really credit that opportunity to the editing team at the Packet and Times, who really gave me my start. A lot of people ask me why, what do we need to see in Orillia? And I really believe that there's two issues in particular that we need to tackle. One is poverty reduction. Obviously, I've been downtown many times and seen people on the streets that are homeless. I've also know of many friends who couch surf to get by, and just people in general have difficulty dealing with poverty. So I think our council really has an opportunity to tackle that issue. The other big one for me is I really believe that we have to balance economic development in our community with environmental protection. Obviously, going forward, our community is going to grow, and we should encourage that as much as possible. But we always need to focus on making sure that our environment is protected and that it's a beautiful community for all. Those are two issues that I have in mind, but I always welcome more input. So you're welcome to reach out to me. My phone number is 705-801-VOTE, so easy one to remember. Thanks so much for watching, and I really hope I'll see you out on the campaign trail.
Hi, my name is Betsy Gross, and I'm a candidate for Ward 3 for City of Orillia Council. I'd like to tell you a little bit about my community involvement. I am the founder and past president of Orillia Big Sisters and Orillia Businesswomen's Association. I served as the director of the Chamber of Commerce for 3 years, where I chaired 4 committees. As a sports writer, I wrote 3 columns for 3 different weekly newspapers. I served as chair for 5 years of the Commemorative Awards Committee, which awards volunteers in Orillia and oversees the inductions of the Hall of Fame. I started and ran 3 successful businesses and managed manpower temporary services, putting hundreds of people to work, many of which resulted in full-time employment. Working with the OBWA and the Chamber allowed me to help small businesses find their way, networking and resources to help them succeed. OBWA just celebrated their 30th anniversary and still welcomes newcomers and businesswomen to meet mentors and feel at home in their city. I have served on many city committees, enjoyed helping celebrate the many hardworking volunteers that make Orillia the award-winning community that it is. I've attended hundreds of council meetings and now watch on Rogers if I can't get there. I presented to council many times and interacted with many previous mayors and councillors on a regular basis. As a councillor, I feel my most important job is to represent the residents of Ward 3 first and foremost. It is only with meeting and listening to them that I can learn what affects their enjoyment of our city. Providing them with updated information on many issues will help them understand how council works and why. All council members, while working within their own wards, will also be charged with making decisions for the whole city. Hopefully, we will bring the same openness and respectful attention to those matters. I would like to keep our expenditures within reason and try to build up reserves. As a full-time member of council, I look forward to continuing that commitment to the city that I love by working with youth, the homeless and seniors, transport, infrastructure, downtown and waterfront improvements. And government jobs at HRC are some of the areas I want to work in.
Hello, my name is Fiore Tucci, and I'll be seeking to be your councillor in Ward 3 in the City of Orillia. Having been born and raised in the City of Orillia, I've had a number of opportunities. I began my work career in 1989 with the Orillia Packet Times as an advertising representative. I had the benefit of meeting a lot of successful individually owned as well as corporately owned businesses. I moved on in 1999 to start my real estate career, which I'm currently in, for the past 19 years. The City of Orillia has been phenomenal. I not only grew up here, but chose to raise my family here with my wife Kimberly, and we currently have 2 adult-age children. We really enjoyed this city and what it has to offer, not only ourselves, but our family and our friends. It's the community that everybody really wants to be a part of. Now, many may ask, why do you want to be a councillor in the City of Orillia? The reason I chose to become a councillor in the City of Orillia is to give back. I've always wanted to give back, and I've really had an interest in local politics and the issues that affect each and every one of us on a daily aspect. I've had the privilege of serving, as many of you may know, on the hockey executive for a number of years and served as president for 2 years. It was a phenomenal learning experience. During my real estate and professional career, I also was a member of the real estate board, at which time I served as not only a vice president, but I also got to participate in the financing committee and ethics committee, which taught me a lot. So what do I have to offer? Number one is I like to be accessible to the taxpayers of Orillia. I believe that's the number one goal and service that I can provide. By being accessible, I mean I would return calls and emails and help you with the issues that matter to you today. The other thing that I really find that I can lend to this city is my resourcefulness, having contacts within the community, not only business, like I said in the past, but also individuals. As a realtor, we sit at the kitchen table and deal with these issues, with the day-to-day issues everybody has, not only, for example, snow removal and services such as that, but also with the financial aspect. And that's where I think I can lend a hand being financially responsible. Taxes, of course, affect everybody, and I want to be a part of that at the table as a taxpayer, not only as a taxpayer, but also to help direct and spend our money wisely on issues, on materials that matter to all of us. Now, as my campaign, I would also like to say that I'm not in this for me, but for you. And I want to know what matters to you. And I've offered this up to everybody. If they'd like to text me at 705-323-2548 or send me an email at fioretucci@rogers.com, I'll be happy to address your issues. I'd appreciate your support for Councillor of Ward 3 in the City of Orillia. Thank you very much.
Hi, my name is Jody Wilson. I'm running for Orillia City Council in Ward 3. I'm really excited about this opportunity, the chance to get to meet people in the riding, find out what your concerns are, because I don't want to make this an experience just about me. I want this to be inclusive. I want to be transparent and open. I will be coming door to door to meet all of the constituents in the ward, and I'm really looking forward to hearing what you have to say. So what gives me what I feel will be a strength in being elected to City Council is I have previously worked for the Mayor and Council of Orillia for 9 years. I worked, it was a while back, it was with Mayor Clayton French and John Palmer. I got to see firsthand the growth of the city, the changes that Council wanted to make, and how they went forward in a direction to bring those changes about. I've also been fortunate enough to work for the Downtown Orillia Management Board, where I was involved in governance issues. I was involved in organizing community events such as the sidewalk sale, and as you saw just this last weekend, the car show. Fantastic events. The downtown continues to do great things for the community. But there's also talk about enhancement and growth and change to the downtown. So that means, we want to see some positive things happen, hopefully get some of those empty stores cleaned up and make a positive impact on the community. I've also most recently worked for Dress for Success Orillia and Barrie. It was a wonderful opportunity to work with marginalized women in the community, helping people that really wanted to make a positive change in their life and become economically independent, not have to rely on the system anymore. So having worked hands-on with those ladies in the community, I feel it gives me some diversity, having worked with nonprofit organizations, understanding the things that nonprofit go through and reaching those people. As far as city issues, I'm a working person, like most of the constituents in Ward 3. I'm interested in things like city transit. I'm interested in snow removal. Those are two things that impact a lot of people on a daily basis. Waterfront and downtown revitalization, great things that I'm interested in because of my history with working for the city and the downtown. I'm also interested in public, I think I said public transit, but jobs. Everybody's always interested in seeing jobs come to the community, so working towards that as a goal is something that I feel very strongly about. I think I can bring much to the Ward 3 and Orillia City Council, and I look forward to your support on October 22nd and hope that you vote for me. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Pat Heen. I'm running for re-election as City Councillor in Ward 4. I was born in Orillia, attended school here. My husband and I raised our 3 children in the same house on Tecumseh Street, where we have lived for the past 43 years. I was instrumental in starting North Simcoe Victim Services, where I served as Executive Director for 15 years before I retired 4 years ago. I also helped start Hospice Orillia and worked as a bereavement counsellor. I was recognized in the community for my work both as Woman of the Year and Citizen of the Year. I am proud to have been an integral part of a successful council that started the construction of an inclusive, age-friendly, state-of-the-art recreation centre that's due to be completed early in 2019. Mayor Clark and I met with Queen's Park, and our council worked hard to ensure that the new OPP detachment will be built within city limits. As part of a successful council, I ensured that there's a more inclusive, cost-sharing library system with the townships. I ensure that the downtown parking is more user-friendly by reducing enforcement and implementing a new smartphone app. I am focused on economic development and jobs with the promise of a new technology hub as part of the sale of the Orillia Power Distribution. We introduced the Downtown Community Improvement Program and the Bell Canada Fibre Optic Infrastructure Program. Our council implemented a number of major capital projects while still managing to reduce the overall cost per citizen. I championed the integrated development of our waterfront and the downtown core and have promoted the redevelopment of the HRC property. I believe we can systematically improve the overall quality and well-being in our community, and look forward to seeing the results of the Canadian Index of Wellbeing study in November. I can hit the ground running if elected next term because I understand the current and future issues facing this city. I fully understand the process of making quality decisions and the importance of community engagement. To ensure that you are well represented at City Hall, make your vote count. Vote Pat Heen.
Hi, I'm Peter Hislop. I'm running for councillor in Ward 4 here in Orillia. I have lots of experience in boards and governance. Currently, I sit on the Municipal Heritage Board. I also sit on the OSMH Patient Family Advisory Committee, as well as OSMH Future Hospital Steering Committee. I've also been a member of the Library Board here in Orillia for 8 years. I've been president and vice president of, and a board member of the Orillia Lakers, as well as on the executive of Orillia Minor Lacrosse. I was a teacher for 28 years in math and science, taught K-8, and my family lives here. We've lived here all our lives. There's two specific populations in Orillia that I would like to help. One is our youth, and the other is our aged population. Our youth need more. They need more clothing, they need more food, they need more housing, they need more recreational activities. If we want our youth to come back, we also need to include partnerships with our 2 post-secondary schools. With our aged population, we need a hospice. We're one of the larger centers in Simcoe County without one. They also need more beds, long-term beds. Right now, there could be up to a 3-year waiting list for those beds. I'd like to change all that. We have a lot of projects going on in Orillia, our downtown, our waterfront, Front Street, the Ontario Hydro One deal. I know I can help out with those projects as well. So please, when it comes time, on October 22nd, vote for Peter Hislop, Ward 4. I'll be your voice and a community leader in Orillia. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Stephanie Kenny and I'm running for Councillor of Ward 4 in Orillia. I'm 28 years old and I live in Ward 4 with my husband and my 2-year-old son. I've decided to run as city councillor because I'm looking to get involved in my community and bring a fresh perspective to the municipality. If elected, there are 3 things I aim to focus on. The first thing is communication. I strongly believe residents should be consulted before decisions are made rather than informed afterwards. Most people do not have the time to watch council meetings or attend events. That being said, communications from your councillor must be in ways that is relevant to you, whether that be social media, newsletters, phone calls, emails, or online. I strongly believe that public consultation is important, and I aim to not only bring my voice to the table, but yours as well. My second goal is modernization. I believe we can make city services much more convenient by embracing technology. In order to create jobs and be a thriving community, we must embrace innovation and be forward-thinking in everything we do. The final goal is affordability. Many in Orillia are living on a fixed income, and everyone is dealing with rising costs. With this in mind, I think significant changes are needed, and I believe that we should reverse the sale of Orillia Power so that our future generations can continue to benefit from it. Please visit my website at stephaniekenny.ca, where you can join the email list, learn more about me and my goals. You can also follow me on Facebook or reach out anytime by email, call, or text. Thank you.
Hello everyone, my name is Tim Lauer. I am currently a City of Orillia Municipal Councillor and I am seeking re-election as a councillor in Ward 4. The past term of council has been an exciting and productive 4 years for the City of Orillia. Along with a group of hard-working colleagues, I have been pleased to be a part of an ambitious and progressive agenda that has provided opportunities that, if managed properly, will benefit all Orillians for years to come. Over the past term, there has been significant progress on many fronts. On the rec file, we have seen the location and design of the new rec center and look forward to opening our long-awaited state-of-the-art facility in the new year. Meanwhile, Ray Merkley and his Parks and Rec staff continue to make Orillia a preferred destination for all kinds of sporting events, and we were pleased to see the city recognized last winter nationally and provincially as host of the Ontario Winter Games and Ron MacLean's hometown hockey. On the waterfront, we are about to see some very exciting developments as the city continues to push forward a plan that will see greater access, new residential development, strategic commercial development, and new public spaces added along a rebuilt Centennial Drive. It is a very complex project with many moving parts, and going forward will require a steady hand on the tiller as we navigate the challenges of brownfield development, cost, and public expectation. The environment is also back on the front burner, and I was pleased to be part of an initiative that saw the reestablishment of a standalone Environmental Advisory Committee. The committee has been an unqualified success, doing important work on Ben's Ditch, Fittins Creek, the Dougal Canal, and our valuable tree canopy. On the social service side of the ledger, the Building Hope project, which will see the creation of a new emergency shelter, a new supportive housing complex, and eventually affordable housing units, received the full support of Council, a level of support I feel is a direct reflection of Orillia's reputation as a caring community. Financially, we are in good shape, and if all goes well, and as planned, we will continue to have one of the lower debt per capita ratios in the province while maintaining tax levels that compare favorably with similar municipalities. Going forward, Orillia's newly elected municipal council will be charged with the responsibility of managing the unprecedented number of opportunities currently before us. At the same time, they will be required to put a new and hopefully more aggressive focus on the condition of our roads and sidewalks, our winter control, and stormwater management, a focus I will strongly advocate for. I believe experience matters, I believe creativity matters, and I believe the ability to listen matters. With your support, I would like to be part of the City Council that continues to work cohesively and productively over the next 4 years to make a real difference in the quality of life that Orillians value. I believe I have the skills, the experience, and the energy to again be an effective representative for Orillia's Ward 4 on October 22nd. Please vote Tim Lauer. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Ed Navosky, and I'm running for Ward 4 Councillor in the upcoming elections in Orillia. As a longtime Orillian, I love this city, and I'm sure you do too. I grew up here, I work here, and I'm very proud to raise my family here. As your Ward 4 Councillor, my pledge is to represent the people of Ward 4 and all citizens of the City of Orillia. I plan to do this by listening to the people and sticking to 3 basic principles: transparency, accountability, and responsibility. Transparency. What's that mean? It means making information available to Orillians in open forums as much as possible. I want to be an open book. The citizens of Orillia should never have to second guess the motives behind my decisions. Accountability. I'm accountable to you. As such, I pledge to always make informed choices based on the information and materials made available to me. I'm going into this knowing we're not always going to see eye to eye. But I must be able to account for my decisions and back them up with substance. And I encourage all citizens to reach out to me with any issues, anytime. Responsibility. As a city councillor, I'll be making decisions that directly affect you and your family. I pledge to always be responsible with tax dollars. We work hard for our money, and we deserve a council that is conscious of that. If you believe these 3 principles are a good start, and sound, responsible decisions can be made by following them, I encourage you to vote for me in the upcoming election. If you would like to meet and discuss your vision for Orillia, I'd love to hear from you. Please email me at ed4orillia@gmail.com. That's ed, the number 4, orillia@gmail.com. I promise to get back in touch with you. There's really no reason we shouldn't connect. On October 22nd, vote Ed Navosky. You'll be happy you did.
The City of Orillia is a fantastic place to live, work, and go to school. We boast that the Port of Orillia is the jewel of the Trent Severn Waterway. The Orillia Opera House is a venue like no other venue I've been to. Our parks, waterfront, and amenities are things that we should be proud of. But like any other municipality, we have our challenges. The challenges that I'd like to focus on if I'm elected are better jobs, better mobility, and a better downtown. The median income of Orillians is less than the provincial average. We need to learn how to attract better jobs, better paying jobs. And the municipalities that are putting strategies in place to do this have been successful, and we can use their successes to duplicate them here. Mobility issues are issues more than just wheelchair accessibility. We need to make sure that people have access to good roads, good sidewalks, better drainage. The buildings do need to be wheelchair accessible, but we need to make people able to get from point A to point B with ease, and they need to feel safe, and it needs to be clean. The downtown core seems to me like it's depreciating. I think that if we relook at the vacancy rebate program, this might help us to fill up our buildings and to increase the amount of traffic downtown. A strong municipality has a strong core. The future is coming, and we need to take our ideas to the next level. We can't continue to provide solutions from the past to problems of the future. Electric cars are coming. We're going to need charging stations. We need bikes that are community bikes that you can access through your app, through your phone. We need to provide services that will attract bright and fantastic people into our community so that we can meet these grand challenges together. My name is Andrew Shuttleworth, and I'm running for Ward 4 Councillor. If you vote for me, I will make sure that we make Orillia just a little bit better. The future is coming very soon. Vote Andrew Shuttleworth. Better ideas, better leadership. Vote Andrew Shuttleworth for Ward 4 Councillor.
My name's Richard Weiss, and I'm running for Orillia Council in Ward 4. As most citizens, I'm proud of the work that Orillia does. We have some magnificent buildings, our library, our new fire hall, and our waterfront is magnificent, envy of most towns. And Orillia does the big things really well, but I'm afraid that sometimes they neglect the little things. On my street, someone comes every spring and paints all the trip hazards. I assumed that was to notify the repair crews later on, but there were no repair crews. They're just marked pavement. Painting on lines other parts of the city, I think, are also neglected a little bit, and they come late. Snow plowing, I believe, is a problem that needs to be looked after, and I think they need to remove snow more often from sidewalks and from heavily traveled streets. And I think they get involved in some of the big projects, and the little things kind of slide through the cracks, and people aren't watching it very closely. That's the kind of thing that I'd like to prod them to do a little better, is to make sure that the things people care about are getting done. Just remember to vote on the 22nd of October.